Wait, before we get started, I want to show you the search button. Why am I doing this? Curious RB clearly failed to use the search engine. When he asked, has anyone heard of Anonymous before? Come on, man. Use the search button next time. Roll the intro. This is Brian with ATS Recap. Welcome to the show. Let's get at it. Quita posts a thread. Fountains of methane gas 1,000 meters across. Erupts from Arctic ice. So what's methane and why do I care? Methane is a greenhouse gas and 30 times more potent than carbon dioxide. So why is this important? Well, because it can lead to climate change. Okay, hold on. Tell me more. A Russian research vessel, wow, that was a mouthful, conducted a survey of 10,000 miles of sea off the coast of eastern Siberia and found over 100 fountains of huge plumes of methane bubbles rising to the surface from the seabed. Yep, right into our atmosphere. So what's going on with eastern Siberia? Well, Dr. Igor Simlatov, the amount of methane coming out of the eastern Siberian Arctic shelf is comparable to the amount coming out of the entire world's oceans. But now, even Dr. Igor, or is it Dr. Igor, thinks that's an understatement. On the flip side, some question the validity of the theory that methane contributes to climate change on any significant level. All right, ATS, what do you think? Methane gas releasing into our atmosphere is really all that bad? And could it make the climate change enough to harm us? All right, ATS, what's up with you guys and Ron Paul? First, I notice all these threads of Ron Paul being the man. And then I see ATS members calling out other members saying ATS is on Ron Paul's. And now I'm seeing threads. Paul supporters are druggies and idiots. And Ron Paul is dangerous? Here's my 2 cents. Ron Paul, he's an intelligent man, and he can definitely help repair this economy. But I do wonder how tough he is. Weigh in at the thread below. This one smells like a loaded to me. Let's see what you think. Posted by War John, U.S. District Court rules Iran behind 9/11 attacks. It was ruled by a federal district court that Iran and Hezbollah materially and directly supported Al-Qaeda in the September 11th attacks, and are legally responsible for the damages of the family members of the 9/11 victims, who are plaintiffs in the case. Say that again? No, I won't. I wonder how we plan to hold Iran responsible. Invade them like we did to Iraq, who supposedly had weapons of mass destruction? Freedom Slave from Canada writes, I thought it was Bin Laden. Or did the Americans waste 10 years and billions on a false war? America is the biggest threat. Come on, China and Russia. It's time to take out the trash. Can you really believe this, ATS? This is who we are. Posts. Looks like they'll be going down the list of countries to blame and invade. And after they turn Iran to rubble, who's next? Syria? Pakistan? Somalia? Speaking of Somalia, Jordan Void posts, Somalia is a direct threat to UK's security. Earlier in the week, UK's International Minister Andrew Mitchell called for urgent action, saying that Somalia is a direct threat to the security of the United Kingdom. Britain's Secret Service, the Mi5, claims Somalia, one of the poorest states in the world, is a new training ground for terrorists. I've always heard of the infamous Somali pirates, who basically rule the land over there. To me, it looks like they're diversifying their portfolios. Mi5 chief Jonathan Evans says that there's a real risk from Somalia could carry out bomb attacks in British cities. Some analysts doubt UK's real intentions, saying the eyes are on Somalia's vast oil and gas reserves and other natural resources, specifically uranium. Both countries are scheduled to meet in London in February. So ATS, do you think the Mi5 has a serious concern? Or is the United Kingdom doing this for oil and gas reserves? Okay, yep, you guessed it. Leave your thoughts on the link down below. Member Gua posts a thread. California banned police from towing cars of unlicensed drivers. So if you don't already know, then check this thread out. The NHTSA, that's the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, paid for over 2,500 sobriety checkpoints in California last year. Authorities say it helps, as deaths related to drunken driving hit an all-time low. Okay, so how does it go down? When you arrive at the checkpoint, obviously you have to show your license. So people that didn't have a license, they got their cars towed. Well, the unlicensed driver got smart. Activists started scouring the streets, blasting texts out when the checkpoints were being set up. A few years ago, the city of Escondido was towing about 50 to 60 cars a day. Now it's about 20. So how's the deal structured? 6 towing companies pay $75,000 a year to take turns at checkpoints. The towing company gets to keep the impound fees, and a third of those cars are abandoned, which they auction off for more money. Here's to you, smart businessman. So the end result, come January 1st, if you don't have a license and show up at a checkpoint, as long as you're sober, you're free to go, mi amiga. Why? Because this was hitting the illegal immigrants' pocketbooks real hard. It costs about $1,000 to get your car out. All but 3 states deny driver's license to illegal immigrants. Those states are New Mexico, Utah, Washington. Check out the thread by clicking below. And a couple weeks ago, Afterthought posts breaking news. SEC sues former top executives at Fannie and Freddie. 6 former executives were arrested by the SEC, saying they misled investors to overexposure on risky home loans. 2 of the 6 were former CEOs from both companies, Daniel Mudd from Fannie Mae and Richard Siren from Freddie Mac. Both these guys told the world that their subprime exposure was substantially smaller than it really was. So what the heck does that mean? In short, they misled the market on the amount of risk on the company books. Afterthought provides another link. Finally, banks and mortgage holders under serious investigation. Okay, so I checked it out, and Rock Putt and Afterthought get into it on this thread. Check it out, ATS. Afterthought wants people to participate in this so-called investigation and hopes to get restitution paid by the banks that screwed them, while Rockpuck calls it out as a fraud. What side are you on, ATS? Anybody else have luck getting paid back by the banks? I don't think so, but if you're around, speak up. Thanks for watching. See you next time. This is Brian with ATS Recap, signing off.